These two.
You need them?
The baby. Congrats.
Oh, congratulations. Boy or girl? Boy or girl?
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, so I'm going to call the March 25th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. We will start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and start roll call. I'll start with Chairwoman Lauren McClellan,
Present.
Vice Chairman Kamar Williams,
Here.
Commissioner David Leland,
Here.
Commissioner Kara Derry,
Here.
Commissioner Andrew Alba,
Present.
Butler, alternate 1, and Edward Patterson, alternate 2. Thank you. And I'd like to give a special welcome to our new liaison for Village Council, Sylvia Sharps. Welcome.
Okay, great. So the first item is approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Alba, seconded by Commissioner Leland. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? See that it passes unanimous. Thank you. So the first item on the regular agenda is application number 25007 SE, West Palm Radiation. The applicant Gunster, on behalf of West Palm Radiation Associates LLC, is requesting a special exception use approval to allow for a veterinary oncology center without overnight stays within the office commercial zoning district for a property located at 12993 Palms West Drive. Mitty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The applicant, can you approach the podium for me? And state your name for the commission, please. Thank you. As you know, this is a quasi-judicial proceeding.
Yes.
Perfect. Can you raise your right hand and I'll swear you in and I'll swear staff in at the same time? Do you both swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you both, and I'll turn back to the commission for any ex parte disclosures. Thank you.
Joseph.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Joseph for the record. The application 25-007, special exception. The applicant is requesting special exception use approval to allow for veterinary oncology center, no overnight stay within the commercial office zoning district. The property is located at 12993 Palms West Drive. Just a little bit of history. We recently amended the code to have specific standards for such use. Pursuant to the applicant's justification statement, the applicant wishes to use a portion of an existing building to provide cancer treatment for domesticated animals. On your screen is the location of where the building is. This slide illustrates the site plan for reference, showing the highlighted red where the building is located. And reviewing the proposed special exception, village staff considered compatibility with adjacent land uses, consistency with the village comp plan, as well as the village development standards for the office commercial zoning district. More specifically, whether the proposed special exception is consistent with the standards of the village comp plan, complies with all development regulations, as well as does not have any adverse environmental impact, which cannot be prevented by the imposition of conditions. The proposed special exception does not have adverse vehicular or pedestrian traffic impact. It does not have an adverse impact upon public facilities. It does not have adverse impacts on adjacent properties and is compatible with the character and living conditions of the existing neighborhood. It does not have an adverse impact on property values in adjacent areas. It does not deter from improvements or development of adjacent properties. That the special exception will not seriously reduce the quality or quantity of light and air available to adjacent properties, which cannot be prevented by the imposition of conditions. As a result of this request, the site plan was updated to identify the proposed use on a approved site plan of record. Again, in reviewing the proposed special exception use application, village staff considered compatibility with adjacent land uses, consistency with village comp plan, as well as the village development standards for the office commercial zoning district. Staff has determined that the proposed special exception conforms to village standards. Staff requests a recommendation of approval be submitted to Village Council for application number 25-007 and resolution number 25-03. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a presentation? Sure.
Okay, we'll keep it brief. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the commission. My name's John Roach. I'm a certified urban planner with the Gunster Law Firm in West Palm Beach. With me this evening is my colleague at Gunster and land use attorney Brian Seymour. Just a little bit of history. In 2024, December specifically, ordinance number 1052 was approved by the Village Council to allow veterinary oncology centers with no overnight stay as a special exception use within the CO zoning district. This was following your unanimous recommendation of approval in October of 2024. As Josu indicated, the property in question is at 12993 Palms West Parkway. Even though the text amendment applied village-wide, we did present this location to you at the time of the text amendment. But this evening, we're before you for this specific property and for granting of the special exception itself. The site's approximately 1.6 acres. It was annexed in 2002. As a commercial future land use designation, a office commercial zoning designation. And just a little bit about the building itself. We want to clarify what the building consists of and the portion that we'll be taking with the use. The site's occupied by an approximately 12,000 square foot building. It's actually divided into two tenant spaces. Approximately 4,000 square feet at the south side of the building is occupied by Hematology Oncology Associates, as you can see with the signage there. The remaining 8,000 square feet on the north end was previously occupied by a radiation therapy business, but they've been vacant for a period of time. The west entrance of the building, which are the two pictures on the left side of your screen here, that's the main entrance into the structure. It contains two separate doorways divided by an interior wall. This is the main entrance into the hematology tenant. However, we will not be utilizing this entrance. We will actually be utilizing the entrance on the east side of the building, which is on the right side of your screen. In that location, there are two entrances as well, one into each tenant space, but they're separated by approximately 50 linear feet. We will, through the interior adjustment of the space, we will convert this into our main entrance There's not going to be any improvements to the exterior of the building, just purely on the inside. But this will be where clientele, the domesticated animals and so forth, enter into our space. And that provides for the greatest amount of separation between our clients, the animals, and separation from the adjacent tenants. We feel like that's in the best interest of our users as well as our neighbors in the adjoining space. So here you can see how that building is divided up. The northern portion is outlined in blue. That's the approximately 8,000 square feet that we're proposing to occupy. The yellow, which is not subject to this application, is the existing tenant. Now, while we do have 8,000 square feet of area within the space, we're currently not proposing to utilize all of that at this time. However, we do want the special exception to cover the entire space in case there's a need for future expansion internally within the tenant space. So you can see there the limits of the special exception versus what we intend to use as part of this original phase. Here you can see what I was referring to as our new main entrance will be on the east side of the building, separated by approximately 50 feet from the back entrance of the adjacent tenant. That's an employee entrance. The west side of the building will be our emergency egress only. One of the special exception standards that was included within the text amendment that came before you was that before someone can apply for the special exception, the building needs to have the radiation vault component as part of it. And this space does, as the previous tenant, who has since vacated, was an oncology center as well. An additional special exception was the provision of an indoor bathrooms facility for pets. That's to ensure that all the activity is occurring within the building, that there's no impact on adjacent property owners or adjacent tenants, and we are accounting for that space. So the application does comply with the supplemental use regulations included in the text amendment and required by the village's code. That's all summarized here. As Josu indicated, will not be impacting surrounding property owners or the general area, as everything is confined within the structure. It's consistent with the intent of the CO zoning district. It will provide a specialized service to residents and visitors of the village. We've met all the requirements and asked for your recommendation of approval tonight, so we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions? No? Do you have any questions? No, I don't have any questions. Is there any public comment?
No, ma'am. No.
So that being said, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve application number 25-007.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Derry, seconded by Vice Chair Williams. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? See that the motion passes unanimous. Thank you so much. And that's it. So the next board meeting is April 22nd, 2025. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
To adjourn?
Second? I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.